With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the Track Racer Cup Series fires things off here to begin the chase tonight. That's right, chase race number 1 getting ready to get underway. The Buddies Custom Baits. 212 miles here tonight. 2.5 mile track. 91 degrees track temperature here tonight at the Tricky Triangle. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from Trackside, the Pump and Dump Clothing Company qualifying session already underway. 1 minute ticking off of the stopwatch. 5 minutes overall. Let's see which one of these championship drivers will walk away with yet another pole award here tonight from Pocono. You know, Pocono also one of those tracks, well, we absolutely love it here at Turn 3 Racing Network, headquartered up here in Pennsylvania, so very fond of this track. And well, 3 tricky turns here tonight at the Triangle. Who's going to grab the checkered flag? Will we see a spoiler here tonight? Looks like we've got 18 drivers making a start here tonight on this beautiful 4th of July weekend. Hope everybody's staying safe. Hope everybody's having fun, enjoying some time with their families, celebrating this great holiday here in the U.S. And, well, 2 minutes now in, and Adam Westfield takes the top spot in qualifying. Tell you what, let's get some of that timing and scoring to the left-hand side of your screen. Westfield takes the top spot with the quick time here tonight, 54.16 for that Toyota. Out front, Mariska Million, right behind him, Max Fonner, Morris Bogan, and Isaac Shelley gonna come out of nowhere, lay down a 54.15, and now that quick time belongs to Shelley. Music's gonna fade away, time already ticking off of the stopwatch, and we are halfway through this 5-minute qualifying session. As we said, opening up things here tonight, this is Chase Race number 116 drivers ready to duke it out over the next handful of weeks for a chance to lift the championship trophy. Who's it gonna be? We've got Ryan Bird, your regular season points champion, leading your championship chase drivers. Thomas Green, Isaac Shelley, Max Fonner. How about Mariska Million making it in to the championship chase? James Watson, Martin Morales, Morris Bogan. A great run by Bogan to get himself into the championship 16. Dave Bush, Adam Westfield, Thomas Walterman, Aaron Kralik. How about Patrick Hernandez? And last week we had the All-Star event, but last time we seen these drivers on the track for a points race event, Jared Talmadge punched his ticket to victory lane. The 12 going to victory lane for the first time here with the North American iRacing Stock Car Challenge Track Racer Cup Series. And punched his ticket right when he needed to. Final regular season race, Talmadge went to victory lane and he found himself right inside of that championship 16. So with just about 60 seconds left, that looks to be it. Nobody else gonna get a time lap in, and Morris Bogan gonna take the top spot. How about the fast forward at the front of the field? Quick time now, 53.82. We're gonna step away from the track for a quick brief commercial break, then head down trackside for the national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does
and you can stay standing up as the flyover finishes. Drivers head to the starting grid. We're going to get ready to fire things off here tonight from Pocono Raceway. You can hear those familiar bells in the background. They roll off a pit road. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Buddy's Custom Baits 212. That's right, 212 miles around this big tricky triangle. Pocono Raceway hosting chase race number 1, rolling off inside row number 1, snatching the Pump and Dump Clothing Company pole award tonight. Morris Bogan, Ryan Ferraro just to his outside. How about Max Fonner and Kyle Rochelle in row 2? Row 3 here tonight, the 98 of Isaac Shelley, followed by the 49 of Ryan Bird. Patrick Hernandez, Jared Talmadge back in row 4. Row number 5 tonight, rounding out your top 10, the 17 of Adam Westfield, the 91 of Martin Morales. Maurice Chameleon and Thomas Walter back in row number 6. Row number 7 here tonight, Gary Trebu and James Watson. Aaron Kralik, Dakota Moniz back outside row number 8. In 17th starting position here tonight from Pocono Raceway, the 41 of Rye Lewis. Jesse Thornick in the 14 will line up just to his outside, and rounding out the field here tonight, the Dark Alliance Motorsports 53 of Dave Bush. That's going to be it for your starting lineup here tonight in the Buddy's Custom Baits 212. Right here from Pocono Raceway, kicking off the championship chase for the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. Pace car down and away. Music fades away. Drivers nail the gas, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight. Drivers now really going to get a feel of how these machines are going to handle in the dirty air. Everybody stacked up side by side down into turn number 1. Pole sitter still leading the race on the bottom of the racetrack. Big run out of that 6. The Fox sponsored number 6. Whoa, and contact. Bogan's got to save it. Oh no, hard impact. Hard impact off of turn number 1, and we've got a caution. We've got a caution already. Big trouble for Bogan. You can see the 41 caught a piece of this one as well. He's into the outside wall, so big trouble for Dave Bush and Rye Lewis. Early trouble here tonight. Caution flag flying here on lap number 1. Oh my goodness. Let's see what we can see on the replay. And just having a tough time seeing it from that vantage point. We'll see if we got another camera shot of that one. Yeah, we got one coming up right here. Now, just past it, boys. Come on. Let's get this one right. There we go. And you can see already trouble as Bogan down off of the bottom of the racetrack, up across, and yeah, just carnage from there. You can see the 41 catching a piece of, I believe that is the 57 of Thomas Walter, catching a little bit of piece of the 49, and there was just trouble for multiple drivers. So early contact, early trouble here from Pocono. Going to be a long night for a handful of drivers already here. Just as the green flag flies, we find ourselves following your pole sitter. With a broken Ford Mustang heading to his pit box, Morris Bogan is going to have a big struggle ahead of him here tonight. Taking over to the race lead, the 1 of Kyle Rochelle. Ryan Ferraro with a little bit of contact. Ferraro right there going to restart in that second position. Max Fonner staying in third. Patrick Hernandez right there in the 4th position. First caution of the evening flies here tonight from Pocono Raceway, and drivers with a long way around here to try to strategize. And really, Pocono, we've seen it in real life. We've seen it in many different iRacing events. Pocono can be one of those tracks that it just gives some drivers a little bit of fits, and also lends its hand to fuel strategy. Some fuel strategy should come into play here. If you're within, I would say, about 5 to 6 seconds of the race leader, you can typically pit under green flag race conditions and not have to worry about going a lap down. You can find yourself really eating into a race lead with those much fresher tires. We'll have to wait to see how that goes throughout tonight, as we had a caution flag fly coming out of turn number 1, lap number 1 field. Back to a crawl, back behind that iRacing pace car. A handful of drivers caught up and involved in that one. Looks like Ryan Lewis, Ryan Bird, Kralik, Trebu, Thornick, Bogan, all caught up and involved, all with some multiple trips down to pit road already here tonight. And man, that is not something you want to see if you're one of those championship drivers. Bogan with a good run towards the championship playoffs and got himself in a good spot in his hunting, looking for a championship run, but big time trouble here tonight on lap number 1, and that Ford Mustang driver could find himself behind the 8 ball, moving on into next week's race. We'll keep it on the north side of things with next week's race at Dover International Speedway. Then we head off back to upstate New York. Beautiful upstate New York will host Chase Race number 3 here with the Track Racer Cup Series at Watkins Glen. That's right, the famed Glen will host Chase Race number 3. And we will whittle the field down to the final few drivers when we head to Atlanta Motor Speedway, the last race before the championship night. So these drivers on a 5-week gauntlet to see who can step away with a trophy in hand. And after all that contact, all that chaos on lap number 1, exit of 1, Morris Bogan, the only driver left on pit road, still trying to get his machine fixed up enough to get back out there and turn in minimum lap speed in order to stay out there and try to continue to fix this machine. If we should have ourselves a handful of cautions here tonight, Bogan may just be back up in the hunt by the time tonight is over with. We'll have to wait to see how it all plays out, because you got a long time to get a lot of work done on the cars underneath these caution conditions. And race leader Kyle Rochelle picks the top of the track. He'll restart outside row number 1 with the 6 of Ryan Ferraro just to his inside. Max Bonner and Isaac Shelley will make up row 2. Hernandez Westfield back in row 3. Talmadge Gomillion row 4. Watson and Moniz round out row 5 and Jur. Top 10 as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by field. Better have those belts pulled tight. Better have the elbows up, because it's about to go down once again here from Long Pond, Pennsylvania. That's right, Pocono Raceway. It's the Buddies Custom Baits. 212 on the gas quick and a good jump. Look how quickly that 5 of Rochelle jumped out in front of the field. Isaac Shelley with a good run in that outside lane. Really caught sleeping was Ferraro on the inside, and that's going to stack up that entire lane. Shelley looking to take that second position away. Shelley will do so. Looks like he will have that position by the time we work our way off of turn number 1. Clean and clear this time around, so we stay green flag racing down into turn 2 for the first time. The tunnel turn going to see these drivers at full song. Bonner up the track in that 51 Toyota Max Motorsports machine. The Camry looking pretty sporty here tonight. It's a it's about 5 or 6 of those Camrys all lined up with each other right now. Second all the way back through 6. Talmadge right there. Gomillion running in 8th. The 2 Chevy bow ties trying to see if they can find the speed that your front runner, your race leader, Kyle Rochelle, has. Isaac Shelley all over him. Still just a 0.2 of a second advantage for Rochelle down into turn number 1. He's going to build a little bit more of a gap there through the center of turn 1. Exit nice and clean here. Everybody looking clean and clear. 2 and 3 wide. Back in the back of the pack. Let's go back here. Watch some of this action unfold. Hot and heavy racing action. Side by side down into the tunnel turn. 57 of Thomas Walter going to go to the inside. He's going to grab that position away from Martin Morales. Watching that battle continue to unfold as Kralik gets by Rye Lewis for 15th. Fastest lap of the race turned in last time around the track by Adam Westfield, driver sitting in the 3rd position. Fastest on the track, fastest last time around. Oh, and Kyle Rochelle, he's going to take that accolade back. 54.01. Close to what we've seen in single car qualifying. If you remember Morris Bogan taking the Pump and Dump Clothing Company qualifying award with a 53.82. So drivers out there just as quick here in race trim tonight from Pocono. Gonna jump around the track just a little bit now. Let's go see what's happening back here. Let's watch that late Apex 44. Chevy Z01 Camaro piloted by Maurice Camillion, one of the drivers inside of your top 16, your championship 16. Dave Bush, also one of those championship drivers, running right there just outside of your top 10. Bush sits in 12th. A lot of action right here around that 10th position. That's where it's all at, really. And now let's go up front. We got a battle for the race lead. Shelley going to look to the inside of the 5, and he's going to grab that position before they even make their way out of turn 1. Here comes the 5. Fighting back at the bottom is Rochelle. Adam Westfield right there as well, the 17. He's going to throw his name in the hat for the race lead. Already 3 different race leaders here tonight, and Westfield looked like he wanted to maybe sniff that inside. Thought better about going 3 wide, 8 laps into tonight's race, and Westfield will stay back in 3rd for the time being, side by side still for the race lead. Rochelle trying to fight off Isaac, and Isaac has that run on the outside. Shelley with a good run. Here comes the 17 following the 98 right on through. Will he be able to clear by the time he gets to the corner? Yes, he will, and move Westfield at 2nd. Hot and heavy battle right here, and I tell you what, let's go off of the tail end of the machine. Well, let's look on the inside. There it is. There's our rear deck. Big camera, Isaac Shelley. Now under fire from Adam Westfield. Westfield going to look to the bottom of the racetrack and look no further. Here comes that Max Motorsports driver, Toyota Camry. Fonner on a run, man. What a great night here so far for Fonner. He's going to look to the outside, not quite have enough to get there as they make their way through the tunnel turn. And now towards turn number 3, the field goes down the front stretch, and we get ready to watch them scream back into turn number 1. Coming right at you. Last time by, lap number 10 goes on the board. Everybody chasing after your race leader. Isaac Shelley will lead him through turn number 1. Nice cloudy day means for a lot of grip here tonight at a Pocono Raceway. These drivers turning in the speeds upwards of 185 miles an hour down into turn number 2, the tunnel turn, producing some great racing action here tonight. We'll head to turn 3 as all these drivers single file here tonight at Pocono. Lap number 10 well and underway, and Isaac Shelley showing the way at the front of this field. Max Fonner pushing the limits right now. Not really all over his bumper, just really all over in the mirror right here, trying to force Shelley into making just the tiniest of mistakes. You just need a little bit of momentum, and looks like washing up the track just a little bit that time through 1 and 2, or through turn 1 was Fonner. He's going to fall back about a car length or two here down the Long Pond straightaway. One of the longest straightaways that we hit this season. So drivers, you really got to get a great exit of turn one. The short shoot right here coming back to turn number 3 brings you back to the front stretch, and here comes Fonner. Fonner going to drop to the inside of the racetrack. He's going to look for the race lead. And that's what it gets you, race fans. That's what it is right there. Typical scene that we just watched unfold here at Pocono Raceway. If you make that move and you can't complete the pass, well, you're more than likely going to lose a handful of positions there. You've seen Fonner looking to take advantage of the run and get himself into the top position and lead the field. Unfortunately, was not able to clear Isaac Shelley out front. And Fonner going to drop to from second all the way back to 5th, now into the clutches of that 12 of Jared Talmadge. We've seen Talmadge bring that Fruity Pebbles machine to victory lane. He's got the Fruity Pebbles wrap on the car once again this week. Maybe thinking some good fortune's going to come back to the Fruity Pebbles sponsorship here, and Talmadge running well, knocking on the door of a top 5 for the first time here tonight. Talmadge up 2 positions from where he started. Thomas Walter and Martin Morales going at it. That's for a position just outside of your top 10. 11th and 12th on the speedway. Morales on the bottom of the racetrack. Walter up at the top. The North Star Designs 57 machine will have the advantage down into the tunnel turn. 91's going to give enough room. He's not going to fly it down there into the inside. Not going to force the envelope just yet. And he'll stay back in 12th. Aaron Kralik, previous race winner this season, running well here tonight, up 2 positions from where he qualified in that familiar Tide paint scheme. Kralik, one of your championship 16 drivers, outside of the top 10 as they go. Aaron Kralik sits in 13th. Not much going on at the front, but we'll head back to this lead pack as you see Kyle Rochelle still following Isaac Shelley. Adam Westfield right there running in 3rd. Patrick Hernandez sits in 4th with Max Fonner. Losing a little bit of ground here, but Fonner still rounds out your top 5. Jared Talmadge in 6th. 7th belongs to Dakota Moniz, Maurice Camillion, Ryan Ferraro, and Dave Bush. Round out your top 10. The strategies may have changed just a little bit. A handful of drivers, pretty much everybody outside of your top 10. Really, when we begin to look at it, everybody outside of the top 10 headed to pit lane had some kind of connection to the chaos there on the lap number 1. So already varying strategies tonight at Pocono due to a first lap incident. When will the drivers at the front have to come to pit road? You see some fanning out right here as the 2 looks to be a little bit quicker than Westfield. Westfield maybe giving that outside lane up, maybe giving the position up, not wanting to fight it out just yet, maybe just wanting to get himself through. And oh, we got trouble. We got trouble on the track. Big trouble on the track. Thomas Walter in trouble. He's backwards into the outside wall in the middle of the tunnel turn. My goodness, what happened here? Tell you what, let's go back. Let's check the Track Racer replay. Just close quarters racing. And oh, there's that hard hit. There's the hard hit that really damaged that 57. That's a tough one right there. And it looked like maybe just a fight over some real estate, not knowing really that another driver was there. I tell you what, let's go on board here. And yep, Walter just all of a sudden going around, and there's that hard impact. That is not gonna be good right there. Big, tough impact. And Thomas Walter gonna have to bring the car to pit road there. You can see the 57 North Star Designs. Sponsored Toyota Camry stuck onto pit lane. Isaac Shelley back at the front of the field remains your race leader. Caution number 2 flies here from Pocono. So as drivers debate the strategies and crew chiefs speak to their drivers, we're going to step away, pay a few pills here tonight. Don't worry, race fans, we'll be back with all your green flag action right here from Pocono.
We got big time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're gonna lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Looks like your car is toast. You'll need a tow back to pit lane. Press and hold your reset button and we'll come and get you.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And back trackside as promised, drivers double file through the tunnel turn, getting ready to go green flag racing here from the tricky triangle. You're watching the Buddies Custom Baits 212, and I'm going to be using some custom baits down at the lake, getting ready to head on out and head on down for the holiday weekend. Hope everybody stays safe. Hope everybody enjoys their 4th of July weekend. We're high above the track with the Turn 3 drone cam as the iRacing pace car gets ready to duck off your race leader. Isaac Shelley will bring him to the Geico restart zone, and we'll get ready to refire things here tonight. Halfway through stage 1. That's right, stage 1. Almost halfway over into the restart box, and Shelley waits for it, and on the gas, green Flag flies as Shelley takes him late in the box and gets a good jump on that outside lane. Ryan Lewis caught sleeping with a little bit of gamesmanship on the restart. We'll drop that timing and scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen as everybody's all mixed up with each other. Everybody squeezed back together after that second caution flag here tonight. Thomas Walter, hard impact with another driver in that outside wall, and he is still down on pit road trying to fix up his machine. Morris Bogan finally got the 36 Ford Mustang back out on the track and able to turn that minimum speed out there, so he's going to begin to try to reel back in a few of those laps that he is behind already, listed 11 laps down. So a tough break for Bogan. A long night ahead of that 36 crew. All over the tail end of Patrick Hernandez is the 17 of Adam Westfield. Westfield was inside of your top 5 just before that second caution flag flew. Came to pit road, had a little bit of a rough go on pit road, lost a handful of positions, and now finds himself back in dirty air, back in traffic, trying to crack into the top 5. He'll do so with the pass right here, looking for a little bit more. He'll grab one more from Hernandez. The 41 of Ryan Lewis, who started on the outside of row number 1 on the restart, has fallen all the way back to 6th. And even though Lewis has dropped back to the 8th position now, there you can see that 41 machine stuck on the high side of the track. The Toyota Camry just can't get down to the bottom. He's got space to do so this time, and look for him to get back on that right racing line. 41 will slide up to the high side of the racetrack just in front of Aaron Kralik. The Tide machine going to close in on him, and want to go to some interesting strategy. Let's go back to the front because we've had a battle for the race lead of the pass. Once again, for that race lead, taking that top spot back is Kyle Rochelle inside of that number 5 late Apex sponsored Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Shelley okey doke the field, so to speak. He began to come down the pit road. A lot of drivers began to follow, and literally last second he pulled back out on track. So Isaac Shelley on much older tires and a very different fuel strategy. 16 laps difference on the fuel strategy here for that 98. So he may be thinking a mid pit stop here may get him to the end of stage number 1, because everybody else, they're still going to have to come down pit road. They are not going to be able to make it all the way to the end of stage number 1 when we see that competition caution fly, the sim box store caution flag fly to signify the end of the stage at lap number 40. So a long way to go here. There's still 18 laps to go before we see that caution flag fly for the end of stage number 1, and Isaac Shelley on a hugely different strategy as we make our way around the track. Lap number 22 underway. Rochelle begins to walk away from Westfield. Tell you what, let's go back in the back of the pack here. Mid-pack, I shouldn't say back of the pack. Mid-pack here, because they're all over each other, really running from about 6th all the way down through 15th, 16th tonight. You see Jesse Thornick in that 14 Ford Mustang, last driver in the running order. He's only about a second and a half off of this pack there. You can see him running right there just behind Morris Bogan. So drivers side by side right here. Talmadge has company. Kralik gonna hunt the bottom of the racetrack, and he's gonna grab that position away. Whoa, we got one driver loose. Martin Morales super loose on the bottom. Morales super loose on the bottom of the racetrack. He was able to keep it corralled, to keep it heading in the right direction. He'll head down to the tunnel turn this time around. Single file through the tunnel turn for the majority of this field. Hernandez is still under fire. How about James Watson, that 39 machine? We look at him week in and week out, each and every race. You know exactly where he's at and where he's running with that familiar bright fluorescent paint scheme. And into the outside wall. Contact with the outside wall, and Fauner has to make it a big move. And we'll have 3 wide heading to turn 1. Who's got the biggest brakes? We'll stay 3 wide for a minute, sailing it in deep on the high side. How about the run for Watson? Hernandez is the one that washes up. Fawner able to keep the car at the bottom of the racetrack, but how about that huge run? And look at what it got him. It brought him all the way up to Talmadge and right on by. Door going to open up for Fawner. Not going to be able to stick the nose in just yet there through the tunnel turn, and we'll stack him up right behind him. Go Million, the 49 of Brian Bird going at it. Your regular season points champion. Mired back in traffic, stuck outside of the top 10 right now. Ooh, big moments there for a handful of drivers off of 3. Oh my goodness. Handful of drivers with trouble off of turn number 3, and it looks like we've got a battle for position once again. Talmadge going to look to the inside of... Ooh. He looked to the inside of Fawner for a moment, had trouble making the pass. That opened the door right on up, and Gamillion going to say thank you. I appreciate it. He'll hold the door wide open now for the 49 to try to make a pass. 49 going to look to the bottom of the racetrack in the tunnel turn. Not going to be there just yet. He'll be at his door on exit, though, side by side, heading to turn number 3. And while these guys battle for position around the top 10, this man out front leads the way, showing the field how to get around Pocono Raceway. Kyle Rochelle leads Adam Westfield. They've got a big gap. Look at these top 2 break away from Dave Bush and Dakota Moniz right there, 3rd and 4th. Let's go take a look at these 2 drivers. Both of these drivers up double digits here tonight. Dave Bush up 16 positions from where he qualified tonight, all the way tail end. Shotgun Sally on the field. And here he is running in a podium position, sitting in 3rd. He's got the 5 of Dakota Moniz right behind him. Moniz with a great run. He's one of those drivers that made his way throughout the season with some great consistent runs. And we'll have to double check this information, but we're looking things over, and it looks like Moni's one of those drivers that just missed out on that championship 16. We'll have to get clarification on that if we can a little bit later on throughout tonight's race. Battle for the race lead, though. Rochelle leads Westfield. We'll go back up here once again. Lap number 27 on the board. We're just about 14 laps away from the end of stage number 1. And the man that decided to stay out and switch his strategy up and have a different game plan tonight, there's Isaac Shelley in that Premier's number 98 Toyota Camry. He's dropped all the way from 1st outside of the top 10. Isaac Shelley now sitting in the 11th position. The Pennsylvania native looking to do well here in front of the hometown crowd, and right now that different strategy has got him under fire. Martin Morales is going to look to the inside, and Shelley's got to be careful here. He's going to have to make a green flag pit stop, and he's going to have to be careful. He's getting into that danger zone of possibly falling off of the lead lap if he comes down to pit road and gets a 4-tire stop in. And I don't know. I like the strategy, but I think he needed to go ahead and come to pit road already. I would have probably called the driver of that 98 to pit road about 4 laps ago when he really started to drop through the field, really give him a big-time advantage. Already a 12-lap difference on the tires is what he would have, and you can see that is going to make a huge, huge impact. So watching Shelley fall through the field, he runs now in 12th, yet to hit pit road. Meanwhile, 3rd and 4th, battling it out on the racetrack. Dakota Moni's going to take that 3rd position away from the 53 of Dave Bush. The Botanical Care number 53 Chevy ZL1 Camaro running well here tonight, up 15 positions. We've already said it. Dakota Moni's up 13 positions here tonight. So these two not wasting any time, heading right to the front. They know where they want to be. They know where they want to go. And I don't know. Is Shelley trying to stretch this? Is he going to try to make it to the end of stage 1? Is he going to try to go 40 laps on a tank of fuel? That's going to be absolutely insane. I mean, I know we've had a handful of caution laps, but my gosh, that's almost unheard of. Whatever the case may be, we've got Rochelle leading Westfield just off in front of the battle you're watching on your screen. We've got more battles back through the field. Let's go back to a trio tangling right here out of turn number 1. James Watson, Kerry Trebu, and Ryan Bird all going at it. 8th, 9th, 10th on the speedway. The Bigfoot number 7 of Kerry Trebu losing a little bit of ground here. Trebu looks like he's got possibly a little bit of damage on that hood. Maybe getting into the back of somebody on one of these restarts very early here tonight. We're under less than 10 laps to go, and drivers will see the sim box storage stage break. Caution flag fly. Kyle Rochelle looking to dominate this opening stage after a little bit of strategy may have backfired on Isaac Shelley. He continues to run out on track the 98, trying to stretch it all the way to the end of stage number 1 on fuel, and I don't know how he is ever gonna pull that one off, but hey, some drivers have a feel for it. Some drivers just have a knack for saving fuel. I am not one of them. And as your top 2 drivers continue to battle amongst themselves, they continue to pad that race lead and gain distance between Dakota Moniz, who's running in 3rd. Aaron Kralik going to take that 4th position away from Dave Bush last time through turn number 3. Kralik going to move the Tide 01 Chevy Z01 Camaro into the 4th position. Bush going to fall back to 5th. Max Fonner in 6th. Reese Chameleon, Ryan Bird, Martin Morales, and Kerry Trebu round out your top 10. James Watson with a little bit of a rough go at it, has been kind of stagnant, stuck around that 10th, 11th position here pretty much all race long. Started back in 14th position, now running in 11th. Big gaps back from there, but let's go back to another battle right here. We've got things heating up between Patrick Hernandez and Jared Talmadge. Talmadge, a previous race winner. We alluded to that. We talked about that in the pre-race. Last week's race winner. Last time we seen these drivers on track for a points race event, Talmadge went to victory lane, snatched that checkered flag in the final race of the regular season at Phoenix International Raceway. So Talmadge getting the job done when he needed to. Can he start the chase off with a solid run here tonight? Clicking them off quickly here tonight from Pocono Raceway, the honeymoon capital of the world. Yeah, you wouldn't think that, but look it up. Google it, I dare you. Beautiful landscape, nestled just off in the distance outside of the racetrack. Long Pond, Pennsylvania, at the foothills of the Pocono Mountains. Beautiful, beautiful, just an all-around beautiful country up there around Pocono, Pennsylvania. Kind of reminds me somewhat of my beloved Western North Carolina mountains. Maybe a little bit colder at times, but oh, big moment for Hernandez at the bottom. You can see him kicking up dust as he got sideways coming out of turn number 3, and Talmadge going to take advantage of that slip up, and he will secure that 14th position. Tell you what, let's go back up here. Let's go back to this 3-car battle. Maurice Chameleon going to join the fight with Dave Bush and Max Fonner. Got another 3 drivers stacked up right behind them. Ryan Bird, Martin Morales, and Kerry Trebu going at it. We got, almost contact there between the 44 and the 53. These 2 drivers absolutely all over each other, mixing things up as we work our way around the track, inching closer and closer to the end of stage number 1. We'll go on board now with Chameleon as he's trying to run down Dave Bush for the 6th position on track. And we got We got a battle for the race lead. Let's jump up front, guys. Can we get that? Yeah, let's go up front. There it is. There's that battle between your race leader, Kyle Rochelle, and Adam Westfield. Westfield just kind of biding time, waiting in the wings. That Simbox Sports sponsored number 17 Toyota Camry has been fast all race long. He dropped back through the field a little bit after that pit stop. After caution number 2 here tonight from Pocono Raceway, and he's worked his way back to the front, up 8 positions now from where he qualified, showing the way. The 17 of Adam Westfield crosses the line as your race leader with just 5 laps remaining here in stage 1. Battle for the top 2 spots, battle for a 3rd and 4th. We're going to stay right here with these top 2 drivers that continue to mix it up, fighting for supremacy here at the tricky triangle. They'll make their way through the tunnel turn double file. The 17 will have the advantage. Down into turn number 3 we go. How about that? Adam Westfield looking to get his Simbox store Toyota Camry at the front of the field. He's going to do so, and he is going to look for the Simbox store stage break caution here just about 3 laps before we see the field bunch back up at the end of stage number 1, and we reset. Getting ready to run them again. Here from Pocono, right near that halfway point. And we're still checking on Isaac Shelley, still out there on track running. He is running lap times comparative to your race leaders. Last time around, the 17 of Adam Westfield ran a 56:33. Isaac Shelley last time around a 56:23. So a tenth faster than your race leader on old tires. Shelley just got 8 up on a restart. The speed's there. But unfortunately for Shelley, everybody around him with 4 fresh Goodyear. Heading down into turn number 1, they'll fight things out here over the final few laps in stage number 1. Just goes to show you how spread out this field is here tonight at Pocono Raceway. They'll head down into turn number 2, the tunnel turn, providing some great passing opportunities. Nobody really close enough to make a move just yet. We'll watch them head down into turn number 3. And down to the bottom of the racetrack, we'll see who clips that yellow line all over it. And whoa, Aaron Kralik right over the camera as we hit ourselves right back down the front stretch. Lap number 39 now goes on the board. Lap 39 on the board as we go back high above the track once again here with one of our turn 3 drone cams following the race lead, following the battle underway between the 17 and that 5 of Kyle Rochelle. Rochelle listed as the 1 in the timing and scoring tower, but is the 5 on the side of that late apex Chevy ZL1 Camaro down to the bottom of the racetrack, and he'll grab that top spot back. Did we see a crossover? Did we see him kind of lay back a little bit? And it looks like the 17 with a big run now down through the short, shooting into turn number 3, bottom of the racetrack, advantage to the 17. And this is what stage racing is about, man. Battling for those extra points. Looking to take the Simbox Store, the stage break win, and it looks like Rochelle will cross the line to begin lap number 40 as your race leader. Still nose to tail down the backstretch, down the long pond straightaway, and here comes that 17. He's going to look to the inside. He's going to look for the stage win. Down into the tunnel turn, side by side. Advantage to Rochelle on the top. The 17 not going to be able to capitalize. He's going to have to fall back in line and look for it one more time here in turn 3, but he better be careful because Moniz and Kralik, they're right here on the scene as well. Close off of turn 3, and nobody going to get there. Nobody going to do it. Battling for those extra bonus points, though. Rochelle takes the stage win. Right there, crossing the line. Going to grab that top spot away, and there you can see your sim box stored. Caution flag flying. So as we find ourselves under our Simbox Store stage break, we will see these drivers heading to pit road. Drivers going to utilize their sim box button boxes to make their strategy a reality, have a little bit of an edge over the competition, be able to work all your changes and get them all locked in without having to take your eyes off of the screen. Just buttons just inches away. If you haven't had a chance to go look at them, I suggest you go check out simboxstore.com. I wish you guys would help me. I've asked this about 100,000 times so far this season. Let's go over there. Come on. You know you can. You know you can. You know you want to. Head on over to simboxstore.com. Check out the Diablo and check out Stormtrooper 2. Those are the two I'm kind of back and forth on. I can't quite make out which one I want, but I am getting one of those. I can guarantee you that. So while these drivers utilize theirs, you can help me choose mine at simboxstore.com. You really push our buttons. And as Kyle Rochelle walks away with the stage win, we're going to walk away from the track for just a brief commercial break. Got to pay a handful more bills. You know how that goes. You got to keep the power turned on to be able to bring you some great racing action just like this. So if you haven't already, race fans, you know you need to, you know you want to. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and appreciation and drop that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, David the Cave, or anybody else back the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. And with that being said, we're going to break for just a brief commercial. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back here from Pocono. back trackside as the iRacing pace car lights are off. We're ready to fire things off once again here from Pocono Raceway. Want to give a big shout out to my fellow broadcaster, colleague, and a good buddy making the trip from Daytona with me last night. He went a separate way as I turned off to come towards Pocono. He continued up northbound a little bit further, making a trip to Stafford Speedway, checking out some great SK mod action as well as that SRX action at Stafford Speedway. So Muth in the booth, hope you're having a great holiday weekend. We do appreciate all the great help last night down there in Daytona for the great special event last night. Hope you had a great night up there at Stafford. Hope those SRX machines are just as fun in person as they look to be on the TV screens. But we've got some great action still ahead of us here tonight in the Buddies Custom Baits 212 right here from Pocono Raceway to kick off the championship chase. That's right, this is chase race number 1. If you haven't been here all night, where you been? Glad you could join us here. Stage number 1 now in the bag. We get ready to fire things off, and the pace car lights have come back on, so it looks like we'll take one more trip around the track. And I tell you what, that's going to go ahead and lead us. What do you say we go ahead? Well, we've got some relative calm out there on the track behind the iRacing pace car. Why don't we give you your mid-race report, your driver rundown here tonight from Pocono Raceway and the Buddies Custom Baits 212. 19 drivers took to the track here tonight. We have still got 19 drivers running with only 17 left on the lead lap. Trouble tonight for the 57 of Thomas Walter Morris Bogan. First driver with trouble here tonight. Turn 1, lap 1. Bogan found trouble after snatching the Pump and Up Clothing Company qualifying pole position. And he's still got a long night ahead of him to try to make up any positions here tonight. He's going to be hoping drivers have some trouble. And the pace car lights stay off as we enter the tunnel turn, so it looks like we'll get ready to fire things off this time by here from Pocono Raceway. Great night for racing. A little bit of clouds in the air, keeping the fans cool, keeping the drivers cool in front and well inside of the cars. And I tell you what, if you don't know, well now you know. David the Cave headed to Pocono Raceway for the Pocono weekend coming up here very soon. Hope we get a little bit of weather like this. Let's go back and check in on that weather report as we are halfway through tonight's race. There you can see just a nice 76 degrees out here. Track temperature still at that 100 degree mark, so still a little bit slippery, but nice and cool for the fans. And they'll rise to their feet in the stands as the iRacing pace car gets ready to duck off. We're ready to fire off. Back in the Geico start restart zone we go. And on the gas, green flag flies. At 5 nails the loud pedal, gets a good jump. The sim box doors 17 of Adam Westfield will slot into that second position. Moniz with a little bit of a rough go on the restart. He'll stay in third for the time being. Maurice Gamillion right there in the late apex 44. He's got himself a good run going. He's up 7 positions from where he started. And look at the gaggle of cars just dicing it up back there. 2 and 3 wide at times. Ryan Lewis, the 41, looking for a way around. Side by side, multiple rows deep here through the tunnel turn on lap number 46. We close into under 40 laps remaining here tonight from the tricky triangle of the 2.5 mile track. Nestled right here in Long Pond, Pennsylvania, providing some of the greatest racing action we've seen from any track, really. This just goes to show you, big tracks, you can have some great racing action as well. Side by side, Rochelle and Westfield go at it for the race lead once again. This is a familiar scene. We watched them battle to the end of that stage break. And this time, Westfield will take that top spot and keep it. Ryan Bird getting by James Watson. That's going to be a pass for the 9th position on track. Ryan Ferraro falling back to 11th as Martin Morales goes by Aaron Kralik. And after the restart, that's when you can really battle for those positions. Grouped up, bunched up, able to get up through the gears with each other, and drivers stay all over each other for a handful of laps. We'll look to see if this thing gets stretched out, but we'll also look to see what has happened to Isaac Shelley. Remember, he was up in front, pretty much dominating, having the field covered on speed. And elected to stay out under our second caution. He stayed out the entire first stint. All 40 laps, he stayed out during stage number 1. Will we see that 98 trying to stretch it to the end here tonight? With just the one fuel stop, Isaac Shelley sitting in 7th. You know, I'm not sure if that's going to be the right strategy. I think I probably want some fuel. I mean, if you got to start saving, I wouldn't do it, not from that 7th position. But hey, drivers in front of you may hit pit road, and if you're able to save it after everybody heads to pit road and you don't, you may find yourself in the right spot after all. But don't sleep on it, race fans. You know the crew chiefs, you know the spotters. They all know what Shelley was able to do last time. During stage 1, he was able to stretch it that far, so I guarantee you all of the crew chiefs know it. It's probably common knowledge at this point in time. And we start to stretch out just a little bit as we work our way down the Long Pond straightaway back to the tunnel turn. Westfield's tail of the leads, Rochelle, Moniz, Gamillion, and Morales round out your top 5. Moniz beginning to lose touch right here, running in that 3rd position, beginning to lose hold of those top 2 drivers out there on the track. Martin Morales keeping Isaac Shelley with him. Aaron Kralik not too far off in that tide. 01 machine. Dave Bush with a great run here tonight. Absolutely phenomenal run through the field for Bush. He was up inside of the top 5, battling for the race lead at one point in time. The 53 still inside of the top 10, up 11 positions here tonight. Dave Bush with a great run so far to open up the championship chase. Race number 1 here tonight from Pocono Raceway. You're watching the Buddies Custom Bait 212. Trying to go and follow all of the battles, and now back single file right when we head to the action. We've got 2 separate packs here. The numbers more so with this second pack right now. There looks to be about 8 or 9 drivers right here in this second pack, being led by the 7 of Kerry Trebu. There you can see that Bigfoot sponsored number 7 machine leading this long train of cars down the Long Pond straightaway. A little bit of moment there for Watson. 8 drivers right here in this long train of cars, so they do have the numbers over the drivers in front that are not as so well organized. And I say as organized, and there we go, 3 wide through turn 3. They'll sort it out, go back double file the MSI. Number 2, Patrick Hernandez going to lose a position to the 6 of Ryan Ferraro. Moves Ferraro to 12. And it's been a tough night for Ferraro inside of that number 6 machine. Let's take a look at that Fox-sponsored number 6 Toyota Camry. Started outside pole position in the front row, and here he finds himself mired back in traffic outside of your top 10, sitting in 12th position, down 10 spots from where he qualified. And now Hernandez going to look to take yet another spot away from the 6 of Ferraro. Great racing action right here just outside of the top 10. Great racing action near the front of the field. We'll see if we can't head up there here in just a moment. Bring you some of that great action between oh my gosh, between Gamillion, Morales, and Kralik. Let's go up here. Isaac Shelley right here in this battle as well. 4 drivers mixing it up for position on track. There you can see your race leaders not too far off as Moniz has begun to reel these drivers in. That gap going away, and we're going to have a big train of cars at the front with a small gap back to a second pack of drivers that are mixing it up as well. All this going on as we begin to close in on 30 laps to go. Drivers clicking them off quickly here from the tricky triangle. 85 laps scheduled in tonight's official race distance. The Buddies Custom Bates 212 right here. And the Track Racer NAISCC Cup Series. Man, I'm telling you, there's going to be... I don't want to say there's going to be some feelings hurt. But if we look at the front of this field, drivers leading this race right now inside of your top 5. Well, we've only got one previous race winner inside of your top 5, and that is that 01 of Aaron Kralik holding on to the last spot inside of the top 5, right behind Maurice Gamillion. There you can see that late apex, solid red Chevy ZL1 Camaro making his way through the corner and back to the front stretch. The battle for position as Isaac Shelley and Martin Morales go at it. That's 6th and 7th. Morales going to go to the bottom of the racetrack. They'll have it when they cross the line, but fighting back on the outside comes Shelley. Everybody single file back behind this side-by-side battle for 7th. And I'm telling you, race fans, things going to get a little bit, things going to heat up. I'm telling you, I got a feeling. I think drivers may be just buying a little bit of time right now, trying to really analyze the fuel situation and see where they're sitting, see when they're going to be able to unleash their foot, really, because when you're fuel mileage racing, you got to know how to squeeze into that throttle. You got to know how to ease off of it a little bit earlier, a little bit sooner than typically. Let it roll through the corner and then squeeze ever so slightly back in, trying to stay off of really juicing the car up. But when you hear the call for hammer down, let's go, you got to know it's time to go. You got to know you got the tires in the machine to do it. So got to be interesting to see how these drivers fare over the next handful of laps. Kyle Rochelle starts to walk away from Adam Westfield, and it looks like Westfield may be strategizing here. Not really off of the pace. Actually, last time around, Westfield still ran a faster lap time than Rochelle, who was out front. So just methodically easing off the pace a little bit, but still running fast lap times is that 17 of Adam Westfield. And as we close in on 25 laps to go here tonight, tell you what, why don't we run down some driver highlights and spotlights, man, showing the way in front of this field. Showing everybody how to get down and get around. Driver from Orlando, Florida, racing with one hand, and one hand on some precious cargo. It looks like right there, Rochelle shows the way. Here are the Buddies Custom Bates 212, Adam Westfield. Great run so far here tonight for this in-box sponsor, Toyota Camry. Westfield sits in second. Dakota Moniz making a big splash here tonight. Obviously, you can see the LarsonLineCars.com sponsorship on the behind of Dakota Moniz. Moniz looking to spoil the show a little bit here. We'll see if that 5 can make his way to victory lane. Maurice Gamillion rounding out that 4th position. He's got a lot of company tied up, mixing it up with him right behind him. For now, that late apex 44 sits in 4th, and Aaron Kralik, the man from Ohio, the man with the plan right there, keeping it clean all night long in the Tide Machine. The 01 of Kralik rounds out here, top 5. Making up the most positions here tonight was the 5 of Dakota Moniz. He's up 13 spots from where he qualified tonight, but Dave Bush, honorable mention, goes to this Dark Alliance Motorsports driver out of Salem, Oregon. Previous race winner this season, Ken, the Botanical Care 53 machine, make his way to a podium position. He's up 11 spots from where he qualified. Started tonight's race all the way back in 19th. Now running inside the top 10, Dave Bush sits in 8th, looking for a little more. That's going to be it for your driver highlights and spotlights, as we will see 25 to go in just about another lap or two. We'll watch this battle unfold for yet another corner, then switch gears and head back up front. Let's go back here. Let's go back to this battle. We got 3 or 4 drivers battling it out right here. Kerry Trebu, Jesse Thornick, looks like Ryan Ferraro right there. Patrick Hernandez up in the mix. Thornick, a little bit of a quiet night for that 14 Ford Mustang. He's up 6 positions from where he qualified. Started all the way back at 18th. Now running in the 12th position. So Thornick going the right way. Just needs a little bit more speed to try to get all the way inside of the top 10. Kerry Trebu with a big flip. Chevy ZL1 Camaro showing the way, rounding out your top 10. And Ryan Ferraro really with a big struggle here tonight. And talk about struggles. Let's go back here. What has happened to Max Fauner? What has happened to this 51 Max Motorsports Toyota Camry? Last time by, he was about a half a second off of the race pace. We're not seeing any damage really on that 51 machine, but listed as the last driver on the lead lap, 15 seconds back from your race leader, and that's a lot of time to make up at Pocono. He's going to need a caution if he's going to want to close in on your race leader, if he's going to want to have a shot or have a chance like he did earlier here tonight. No contact, and no dents, no bumps, no bruises. Fauner, just a little bit of a rough go here. Meanwhile, we'll head back around the track, back up front, running with that 6 of Ryan Ferraro. There you can see him just behind Kerry Trebu, trying to make his way back inside of the top 10. Ferraro started from the outside pole position. That's right, started front row, position 2. He now finds himself outside of the top 10, battling with Trebu for that final spot in that top 10. Both of those drivers beginning to run down the 49 of Ryan Bird. And that's a little bit of a surprise, huh? Ryan Bird outside of your top 5. Down 3 positions to where he qualified. So just a rough night here tonight at Pocono for that 49 machine. Still looks nice and clean. No sheet metal crinkled up for Bird. Just seems to be struggling a little bit with the pace. Ferraro now going to look to the inside of Trebu down the Long Pond straightaway. He's going to have it when he gets to the tunnel turn. Will he make the pass? It's one thing to get there, it's another to complete the pass. They'll stay side by side through the tunnel turn and off of turn number 2. Trebu with the advantage for the moment. The 6 heads down to the bottom of the racetrack here in turn number 3 and not going to make the pass. He's got the speed, he just can't complete the pass. As that battle unfolds, let's go back to this battle. No, we got drivers to pit road. James Watson in the 39, first driver to come to pit road. He's going to pit from the 15th position. We'll keep our eye on that. Can he keep himself on the lead lap? That's going to be the bigger question as we go back up here to this battle inside of the top 5. Adam Westfield, Dakota Moniz, Maurice Gamillion, nose to tail. There's Kralik and Shelley as well. Top 6 drivers all within a second and a half of each other. So one mistake and your friends and your foes will pounce at the opportunity to take a position away. Is anybody going to attempt to stretch things out here all the way to the end of tonight's race? 23 laps remaining. We've seen one driver really stretch that fuel mileage. Will be able to stretch it that far once again? Oh, looks like, did Watson do it? No, James Watson not going to be able to keep himself on the lead lap, so pitting from 15th, not the way to go. Finds himself the first driver one lap down, though, so if we do get a caution flag here before the complete round of green flag pit stops, or we've got to get one pretty soon, actually, here for it to play out, as Ryan Lewis in the 41, he brought his machine to pit road last time around. Long way down pit road at 45 miles an hour here at Pocono Raceway into his box. And it looks like Ryan Lewis missed the box. No, Ryan Lewis missed his box. He's got to head through pit road and back around once again. That's going to be big time trouble for the Toyota Camry 41 of Ryan Lewis. He's going to have a long night now. He's going to lose a handful of positions in time after missing his pit box here. Trying to head to pit road on lap number 63, and it's not going to pan out. The 41 was able to keep himself on the lead lap, but he didn't stop, and that's the only reason why he is well behind the race leaders, 52 seconds back from your race leaders, and your leader, Rochelle, he can see him in the background. Rochelle has a moment. Westfield down to the bottom. Could we possibly be treated to a double dose of crazy great racing action? We've seen a lot of good racing at the end of stage number 1, and we've got more drivers to pit road. Dave Bush and Patrick Hernandez break for pit road this time around. We've seen great racing action come to the end of stage number 1. We see great racing action here with 20 to go in the Buddy's Custom Bates 212 right here live from Pocono Raceway. You're watching the Track Racer Cup Series, brought to you by the NAISCC World Championship Racing. The chase starts here. The chase starts now, live from the Tricky Triangle. Westfield hunting for a way around it. He just can't seem to do it. No, Shelley is not going to try to stretch it. Shelley is not going to try to stretch it, and that's got us scratching our heads. We don't know why he stretched that first stage now. He's not going to attempt to stretch this second stage. Shelley gave up a ton of track position, and he's going to give up a little bit more as he heads to pit road. Already into the box of the 98, right side's up and down. He'll head around the car. Left side's go in the air now. Down and away and out of pit road they go. Keeping our eye on it. I believe they're going to get themselves back up to speed before they have to worry about your race leader, Rochelle or Westfield. And now Morales and Ferraro come to pit road. The 91 and the 6th break off and head down to pit road. Bring the car to the attention of the crew for what should be the final time of the night. They're going to get 4 tires in fuel. Everybody with a 4 tire stop so far. That pit road delta right around the 52 and a half second mark, depending who you are. Ryan Bird so far turning in the quickest pit road delta with a 50.2. Trip down pit lane, stop in the box and get off of pit road. Great job by that 49 of Ryan Bird. That may come into play a little bit later on. Continuing the side-by-side battle, Rochelle leading Westfield. Gamillion has covered up Kralik. Moni's right there. But look, there's James Watson. Watson, the first driver to come down pit road. And he is still one lap down, and unfortunately he's lost a little bit of ground here to Isaac Shelley, Dave Bush, Ryan Bird. All of those drivers came down pit road about 3 to 4 laps after Watson. Well, that may be why. It may have been just too soon to call that 39 in, or he may have just been a little bit too far back when they chose that strategy. So unfortunately, looks like Watson is going to have to wait for this green flag pit cycle to work its way on out to get himself back on the lead lap and hope for a chance if we get it. A late race caution flag here tonight. Should we see a green-white checkered finish in chase race number 1? Kerry Trebu gonna head to pit road this time by. Top 7 drivers staying out on track still. Max Fonner, last driver, yet to make his pit stop. And there you can see Fonner a bit off of the pace. 17 seconds back. That's about a quarter of the way behind. About a quarter of a track behind right now. Is that Max Motorsports number 51 machine? Fonner had a great race going earlier here tonight. Just got mired back in traffic, and unfortunately that has kept him relegated towards the tail end of this field. And with 16 to go, I mean, you got to make your strategy. You got to call it quick here. Aaron Kralik, he's going to head to pit road last time around as Westfield, Rochelle, Gamillion, Moniz all continue out on track. Talmadge, Bonner, they'll also stay out on track. 49 of Ryan Bird. No man's land right here. They're going to get a handful of positions trying to reel back in. Dave Bush, there you can see Bush right on the tail end of Jesse Thornick, who's starting to try to close in on Isaac Shelley, and Shelley will pass Kralik. Could we possibly see it all pan out for Shelley after a strategy call went bad? Did the crew make the right decision here under this green flag pit stop cycle? Shelley still on the lead lap. Outside of the top 5, he's sitting in 7th, but he can make it all the way to the end on fuel. What will the drivers in front of him do? Westfield and Rochelle still mixing it up, going at it, switching, swapping that top spot back and forth. They still got themselves about a 2-second race lead over Maurice Gamillion, dealing with Dakota Moniz. Jared Talmadge a little bit of a ways back from them. Max Fonner knocking on the door of the top 5 once again, but he's still got to come to pit road, and we've got 14 to go. Who's going to stay and roll the dice? I don't know. If I'm one of these drivers on the outside looking in, if I'm Kyle Rochelle, I've got nothing to lose. And, well, they're going to prove me wrong. They're going to head to pit road this time by. Your top 2 drivers head to pit lane. Adam Westfield leads Kyle Rochelle down pit road. Let's keep our eyes right here with Isaac Shelley. Is he going to be able to leapfrog those 2 drivers and take back what could be the eventual race lead? And he's going to do so with a fair amount of ease, man. Isaac Shelley going to blow the doors off, really, of those 2 drivers who elected to stay out for quite some time. And Westfield and Rochelle going to go from battling for the race lead to battling for a spot inside the top 10. Wow. Talk about an undercut right here. Trying to stay out, trying to extend the fuel run. Not the way to go. And Westfield fell back to the 12th position, while Kyle Rochelle now sits in 14th. My gosh, that is a huge drop in track position. We stay green flag racing here tonight from Pocono Raceway and the Buddies Custom Baits 212. We have been green flag racing since the restart. After our Simbox Tour stage a break on lap number 40, these drivers have been green flag racing ever since. Maurice Chameleon showing the way. Dakota Moniz are right there. Let's go to the battle between your top two. Moniz sitting about 6/10 off, while Jared Talmadge and the 12 Fruity Pebbles machine. There you can see him just coming into the picture way off in the distance with 11 laps remaining. Is Talmadge possibly trying to save some fuel? Chameleon running in first. He's up 10 positions from where he qualified here tonight. Can that 44 late Apex Chevy ZL1 Camaro find a way to victory lane? The Simbox or MA Trucking Hilti sponsored 44 driver out of DC trying to get the job done here tonight. I wouldn't say it's a hometown racing. I think we've got some strategy. I think we've got some sneaky going on. I think drivers at the front, I think they are trying to save fuel. I tell you what, we do have an onboard camera. What do you say we sneak a little listen in here with that 44? Oh yeah, and way out of the gas, way early here. Now let's take a ride around the track here. Let's see what it's like if you're one of these drivers trying to save some fuel here. Let's get a better vantage point on board, GoPro style, with Maurice Chameleon. You can hear him clutching the car way before he even gets to the corner, trying to save enough fuel to get to the end. Chameleon showing the way, and Moniz must have realized he doesn't have enough fuel because he has dropped from just a couple of tenths now to over a second back behind your race leader inside of that late Apex Chevy ZL1 Camaro. Maurice Chameleon shows the way off of turn number 3 with less than 10 to go. We cross the line. And a rough go at it here tonight for your Pumpin' Up Clothing Company Pole Award winner. There you can see that Nike machine. The Ford Mustang piloted by Morris Bogan walked away with the pole position with a 53.82. Nobody able to come close to that in tonight's race. We were seeing drivers run low 54 marks a little bit earlier here tonight, but as the tires wear out, the speeds go away. The lap times increase right now. Your pole sitter sits well behind tonight, 11 laps down, listed in the 19th position. Tough go at it, tough way to begin your chase. Morris Bogan back in 19th. Another driver with a tough go here tonight inside of that 57 Toyota Camry, Thomas Walters. Looking to bring North Star Designs a good finish here tonight from the Tricky Triangle. Unfortunately, not panning out for him. Walter caught up and involved with our second incident of the night, touring stage number 1. And ever since, Walter has been behind the 8 ball, still 8 laps down here tonight. He's going to need a lot of help. Let's go back to some of the only battles on track. What do you say we jump right here with Patrick Hernandez, Jesse Thornick, and Adam Westfield. Ryan Ferraro also up in the mix. That number 6 just off in the background. There you can see him make his way into the picture. This is your closest battle, one of your only battles here tonight as we cross the line this time by 7 laps remaining. Did Chameleon roll the dice? Will it pay off? Will it work out? Does he got 7 more laps of fuel in the tank? Just about a 1-second advantage at the front of this field for Maurice Chameleon over Dakota Moniz. We'll cue back in with your race leader, but keep an eye on the battle back there in the field between Hernandez, Westfield, Thornick, and Ferraro. Might as well go ahead and throw Kyle Rochelle back up into that mix. He's got about 7 lap fresher tires than the drivers he's beginning to run down, and Rochelle gonna fight hard to get himself back into the top 10. Can he get a 2-for-1 right here? He's going to split him. He's going to go to the middle. 3 wide through turn 3 in Rochelle. 2-for-1 in turn 3. Move Rochelle back to the top 10. Wow. That was a power move by Rochelle. A power move and showing the prowess of a champion, sticking it in the middle, trying to make up as much track time as he can. Rochelle slowly starting to reel in. Hernandez now for 9th. Let's jump back up to the 17 of Adam Westfield. Westfield was up there battling for the race win, battling for the stage win as well. Elected to stay out on track, run the fuel game along. He found himself outside of the top 10, now back into the 8th position. Westfield looking for a solid night. He's going to be disappointed if he can't walk away with at least a top 5, and we've got 5 to go. Fauner, Bush, Bird starting to go at it. Max Fauner with a big wiggle. He's one of those drivers looking to stretch this thing out on fuel, and it's not going to pan out for Fauner. He's going to drop 1, 2, maybe even 3 positions now. As drivers look to the high side, Fauner with a big move back to the outside to get ready to make his tunnel turn entry. And it's a valiant effort to try to keep that 17 behind, but I don't think the Westfield will be denied as the 49 of Ryan Bird drops down to the inside of Dave Bush. Bird looking for a solid night here tonight. He's now back inside the top 5 for one of the first times. And Fauner into the outside wall. Max Fauner scrapes the outside wall off of 3. And as these drivers battle side by side for position, drivers at the front continue to stretch it on out. Maurice Chameleon now with a 2-second advantage over Dakota Moniz. Moniz with a 4-second advantage over Isaac Shelley. And I can guarantee you one thing, Shelley is not saving fuel. He has got fresher tires, and he is going to try to get there, but 5.5 seconds? I don't think you're going to make up 5.5 seconds here at Pocono Raceway in just 3 laps remain here tonight in the Buddies Custom Baits 212. Keeping our eye on Isaac Shelley for a moment. We'll transition back to your race leader because he's making his way through the tunnel turn. Back to turn number 3. Shelley, he is coming. He is on his way. He's made up just about 1 second this last time around, but it looks like he's going to run out of laps. I don't think he's going to get to your race leader. He could possibly get to Dakota Moniz. But popsicle sticks on display. 2 to go for your race leader, Maurice Chameleon. And there you can see Shelley off in the distance. He is on his way. 4.5 seconds. And Chameleon still in that fuel-saving mode. Still clutching that Camaro through the corners. Giving up a ton of time here. Already a half a second gained through turn number 1 and halfway down the long pond straightaway. Shelley is on a roll. He is going to get there. He is going to run down Moniz, but will Moniz hold him up? Another second gained already by Shelley. Another 2 or 3 laps on this official race distance, and this could have gotten really, really interesting. Crossing the line this time by white flag flies. That's going to be it. It's the one to go here. Tonight, the KL Customs one to go. The white flag flies here in the NAISCC Track Racer Cup Series. And man, what a feeling for Gamillion to get it done. 3 seconds back as Shelley takes that top spot. 2.5 now. Oh boy, does Gamillion got enough fuel in the tank if he sputters. One bit, Shelley might be there. Off of the tunnel turn for the final time, heading to the greatest turn in NASCAR. Turn 3 right here for the final time for the late Apex 44 of Maurice Gamillion, and he's going to have this thing in the bag. He can coast his way from here and there. You can see checkered flag in hand. Boss man in the flag stand going to wave the checkered flag, and your race win goes to the 44 of Maurice Gamillion. He'll capture the flag here in the Buddies Custom Bates 212 Chase Race number 1 for the Track Racer Cup Series drivers, and Gamillion going to eyeball moving forward. After being one of the Year Championship 16, Gamillion looking to solidify his championship run with this race win. Isaac Shelley going to come up and show him a little bit of love. There you can see Shelley giving the thumbs up to Gamillion, who's going to utilize this cool down lap to really soak it all in, really get a different perspective on things. With a race win like that, great job by not only the crew chiefs, but the driver to save enough fuel to get to the end. And Gamillion will bring the car to the front stretch. How much of a smoke show can he show? Well, we'll find out. The fans in the stands going to get some post-race celebration action. There's the 44. Will he burn it down? Let's wait to see. And he's got enough fuel, does he? I don't think he's got enough fuel, race fans. I think he is out of gas. Tough break there, but still walking away with the checkered flag. We're going to step away for post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. What a race. What a night. Back trackside here at Pocono Raceway at the conclusion of tonight's Buddies Custom Bait. The 212 from Pocono Raceway. What a night. What a way to kick off things here for the championship chase. And let's see if we can go ahead and run down some of these podium drivers. I believe we've got one of them waiting already inside of his number 12 machine. Driver walking away in third here tonight. Let's see if we can tile up the race winner from Phoenix. Jared, it's Dave. You got us?
Hello.
Hey, my man. We're not drinking any Fruity Pebbles milk victory lane here tonight, but still a great way to back up that race win from Phoenix. How you feeling about starting off with a podium here as we start this championship chase?
It's amazing. Didn't deserve it at all. Absolutely most undeserved podium ever. So I feel amazing that I somehow walked out here with a great finish because I hate this racetrack.
Well, we're hoping. I hope you don't think. First off, I hope you don't think we forgot. So we're hoping you continue this string of podiums, and come time for championship night, we hope you walk away with that trophy. Because remember, we've got something out there. You got a shoey waiting for you if you walk away with the championship. So with this one in the bag, how are you looking forward to Dover the Glen in Atlanta?
Hope I get wrecked out of Dover and don't make the next round now. No, to be honest, I'm not sure how I am at Dover in the Cup car. I went pretty well there in the truck. I'm always a fan of some road courses for Watkins Glen. So, and then I think Atlanta was the next one. I think we're doing the plate track, I think, now. So that's going to be a yikes.
Yeah, a lot of new differences at Atlanta Motor Speedway, so it all depends on if we go old school style or to the new repave. But either way, I think you guys are going to tear some good laps down there at the new surface if that's where we find it. So, Jarrett, with everything being said here tonight, great way for you to start off the championship run. Before we let you go and enjoy the rest of the evening and the rest of the 4th of July weekend, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank you, love yous, think anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, like shout out Ike and Thomas teammates. You've put the broadcast on all the admins for hosting the league. Yeah, get me out of Pocono. I hate it.
Well, stay safe over the holiday weekend, and always remember when you drop the firecrackers to back up Terry.
Thank you.
A little bit of fun in the post-race interviews here tonight with a good little friend right there, Jared Talmadge, sporting that Fruity Pebbles machine, walks away with a solid podium to begin his championship run, and he thinks he's a little undeserving, but doesn't matter. That's where you got it. Walking away with third place tonight is the 12 machine of of Jared Talmadge. That's going to move us right along the list too, and that's usually at the front. He's at the front once again. Bridesmaid here tonight at the Tricky Triangle, walking away with second spot. Isaac and Dave, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
You don't sound good, my man. You don't sound good. What's up?
Second sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't bring it home for the home crowd here tonight from Pocono Raceway, but you can't be too disappointed with walking away with a podium to open up the championship chase. I mean, you're one of those dominating drivers that we're going to see week in, week out with shots to win races. Looking good in the point standings coming into tonight with a second place finish. You got to be feeling good about the way you're going to roll into Dover next week.
Yeah, I really like Dover too. I think we'll be a shot to win there, like we are pretty much every week. But I don't know. We're close again. I mean, it's like 4th, 5th time this season. Like we've just been so close, and we just can't close it out. Like we're just missing like one piece of the puzzle. If we could just put that one piece into the puzzle, we'd be racking up the wins like crazy. But I mean, second sucks, but yeah, it's points wise, it's good for us. You know, we're looking good, obviously going into this round, and we'll be looking good going into Dover. I was really hoping I could win too, because I'm gonna miss Watkins Glen, so I think Atlanta, depending on how that goes next round, it could be a must win, and I'd be a lot more confident if it was the old Atlanta rather than new Atlanta, because new Atlanta is like a plate track and anything can happen. But yeah, overall solid night.
Well, Isaac, hopefully the reason you're going to be missing the Glen is maybe we'll run into you right here once again at Pocono Raceway when the NASCAR boys get ready to fire things off here in about 2 or 3 weeks up there at Pocono. I'll be walking around the track with some of the Turn 3 guys. Maybe we'll run into each other. But until then, my man, congratulations on the great run here tonight, coming up just short, running in second. Before we let you go and enjoy the holiday weekend, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, any final words for anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, Premier Racing Graphics. Had another fast car tonight. Thomas and Jarrett. 2-3 again for Premier, and unfortunately Thomas just missed out. He couldn't get here in time, but he did well for us, helping us, strategy and all that. So a good finish for the team. And Maurice, he played the perfect strategy, and ultimately that's what won him the race. So, yeah, congrats to him.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight. Stay safe over the holiday weekend, and we'll see you at Dover.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, there you have it. Final few words from the driver walking away in second, and you can hear I don't want to say the depression or the despair, but kind of the dejection in the voice of Isaac Shelley. Tired of finish second here this season, fourth or fifth one on the season for Shelley. Right around the corner, he's been to victory lane already. Look for that 98 to be a factor in this championship chase. Got a little bit of a rough go ahead of him, though. Gonna miss Watkins Glen. You heard it out of his mouth. So, yeah. It may get a little rough a little bit further on down in the championship run, but starting it out right, I think Shelley walks away with second here tonight from the Tricky Triangle. And that's going to move us right along to victory lane. Let's see if we can gather a few words and pull him away from that champagne bottle for just a minute so he stops spraying all the showgirls down here. Maurice, it's Dave. You're feeling pretty good after this race win, huh?
I am. Pretty good.
Well, you start off the championship chase with a race win. How are you feeling now? What's the outlook for you and the crew over the next few weeks? What's your approach going to be, more importantly, next week at Dover?
Well, I'm just gonna keep my head down, just like business as usual, really. These guys really that I race with week in and week out, man, they're really, really fast, really good drivers. It's a pleasure actually to race with these guys, man. It's hard, really, to be honest with you. It's hard, staying up front and putting on a good show and getting good finishes at week in and week out. So these guys make it difficult. And they race really clean, really good. So, like I said, business as usual. Keep my head down, and try to focus on having a good finish.
Well, you kick things off here for you and your crew on the 4th of July weekend, holiday weekend, with a race win. What do you got in store for the rest of the week? I know you got to have some bigger celebrations now starting to get planned out after walking away with a race win and a big fat check in your pocket.
Yeah, that's actually a better way of looking at it. Now I could probably make some different changes, I guess. So had a few plans, but we could probably celebrate a little bit more now.
Absolutely. Well, Maurice, congratulations on the race win here tonight at the Tricky Triangle. It's a love-or-hate relationship with most drivers here with the Pocono Raceway, and hopefully it's now on your loved racetrack list, walking away with a race win to begin the chase. And before we let you start your celebrations and continue the festivities throughout the night, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, first and foremost, I'm gonna give a thanks to Late Apex Racing, all the guys. A couple of guys that may have not raced the full season, but they still give me encouragement. So I want to thank Late Apex Racing. I want to thank all the admins. These guys do a great job putting on shows. I want to thank you as well. for the great broadcast, and like I said, all the rest of the drivers. Really good group of guys. It's like a brotherhood, really. To be honest with you, they're really awesome people. So, just want to give a shout out to the rest of the league.
Well, I know the rest of the league and the admins all appreciate the great love. I know I appreciate the comments as well, and everybody here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. Maurice, enjoy this race win. Enjoy this championship rundown, because I think we're going to see you in these post-race interviews a handful of more times this year. And until then, my man, stay safe over the holiday weekend. We'll see you at the Concrete Monster, probably just down the road from you, huh?
That's right.
Hometown track. Let's bring it home 2 in a row. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
All right, my man. Well, we'll let you go, and yeah, stay safe over the holiday weekend.
Appreciate it. You too, man.
All right, there you go. Final words from Maurice Gamillion, showing love and appreciation, really, to the entire league. Talked about how great these drivers are, how good, how clean, how tough to pass they are, but doesn't matter how good they are. They weren't good enough tonight. The 44, Maurice Gamillion, parks his late Apex Chevy CL1 Camaro in victory lane and grabs the checkered flag and the Buddies Custom Bates 212 right here from the Tricky Triangle Pocono Raceway, hosting Chase Race number 1. Wow, what a night, what a race. We have some great crazy action to end stage number 1. Some good strategy going on. We told you the Pocono can be a fuel mileage race, and it turned out to be one here tonight. Isaac Shelley trying to stretch it out in stage 1, did so, but lost a ton of track position. Maurice Gamillion stretching it in the final stage of tonight's race to walk away with a race win. Man, you can't script a race this good, even if you tried. And you can hear producers hitting those familiar buttons in the background. Those tunes means it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results of the Buddies Custom Bates 212 live from Pocono Raceway. Grabbing the top spot in victory lane, the 44 of Maurice Gamillion. Isaac Shelley gonna slot home in second, with Jared Talmadge rounding out your podium drivers. 17 of Adam Westfield back in 4th. 5th place belongs to Kyle Rochelle. Moniz back in 6th. 7th place to the 49 of Ryan Bird. Dave Bush back in 8th, with Patrick Hernandez in 9th, and Ryan Ferrara rounding out your top 10. The Max Motorsports 51 machine of Max Fonner going to walk away in 11th. Jesse Thornick back in 12th, with Ryan Lewis in 13th. Aaron Kralik brings the Tide machine home in 14th, with the 39 of James Watson right behind him in 15th. Gary Trebu, the rookie, returns to the track. Slots home in 16th. Martin Morales back in 17th, with Thomas Walter finishing in 18th. Tail end of the field, last spot in the running order here tonight was your Pump and Dump Clothing Company Pole Award winner. Tough break, big time trouble, lap 1, turn 1 for your pole sitter. Morris Bogan walks away in 19th. And that's going to be it. That's going to be all for us here tonight. We're going to cut off the lights and roll up the cords and get ready for our 4th of July celebrations. Hope you were tuned in to the Turn 3 Racing Network page as Booth in the Book. Booth stopped by Stafford. He'll be enjoying some baseball games tomorrow. We're going to head on down to the lake, enjoy some fun and sun on the jet skis and pontoons. You know how we do big things sometimes here with the family. And with all that being said, hope everybody has a great holiday. But first, remember to show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy all the content they bring you week in, week out. Join us in that push to 3,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. With that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you. Turn 3.